Howdy folks, Pearl Hayning with Branson U here, and we are here with Ruth Denham, who is one of our aldermen from Ward 3. And thank you for being here, Ruth.
Thank you for having me, Pearl. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. And we are here at City Hall to discuss something that Ruth is specializing in on behalf of the Branson community, which is the Planning and Zoning Committee. Now, you've been on the Planning and Zoning Committee for just over a year now, is that correct?
That's correct.
And you had a lot of experience with planning and zoning before that.
Yes. Planning, I worked here at the City of Branson, Planning Development Department for almost 14 years, and that's pretty much what I've done in some other cities as well. So it is my heart. I do love planning and development. I love the growth in a city, healthy growth that benefits the city and our tourists, but also keeping in mind our citizens and protecting their property rights.
Awesome. So we wanted to sit down with Ruth today and help the Branson community understand a little bit more about what exactly is the Planning and Zoning Committee. What do you guys do? Because not everyone comes to all of the meetings that happen, especially when it's the subcommittees and not the Board of Aldermen.
Right.
So what does the Planning and Zoning Committee do?
The Planning and Zoning Commission, it's a commission. Yes, we have boards, committees, and commissions. This one's a commission. There are 9 citizen members and 1 Board of Aldermen representative. That Board of Aldermen member participates in the meetings and then reports back to the Board of Aldermen. The commission looks at applications that come in for zoning of property, preliminary and final subdivision plats, special use permits. The applications for annexation come through the Planning and Development Department. The Planning and Zoning Commission do not approve those. However, they look at the application first, and they have time to speak with the applicant to see what's going to be taking place on that property if it hasn't been developed already. Special use permits are the only application that do not go on to the Board of Aldermen. Special use permits are decided upon by the Planning and Zoning Commission. So it's important that the Planning and Zoning Commission look at the specific type of use, where the use is requested to be, if it's compatible with the surrounding property, if it's compatible with the existing type of zoning. It's just a use that's not allowed in the specific zoning on that property. Preliminary and final subdivision plats come first to the Planning and Zoning Commission, then they're forwarded on to Board of Aldermen for a first and final reading. They mostly fall under the guidelines of Missouri state statutes. So the review is done based on Missouri state statutes. And as far as the comprehensive plan, the 2030 comprehensive plan, I know the Planning and Zoning Commission is going to be looking at that as well and be making some changes. A lot of great changes ahead. We want to, of course, make it easier for the public to understand and make sure that we're up to date according to what the state requires, any federal and state requirements. That's it in a nutshell, but there's a lot of review that takes place, and of course the communication with the citizens, the applicants, everyone involved in to make sure that we're all just working together as a whole, and whatever is better for the city of Branson as a whole.
Right, so if someone is wanting to, say a developer wants to come in and they have an idea for a new subdivision that they want to build, they come to you guys to get that process started, right?
Well, if the property is not subdivided yet, they would come through for a preliminary and final subdivision plat. If the use is not approved for that specific property, then they would need to go through the zoning process. However, say it's already zoned for single-family residential, it would not come to us. After the platting process, it would just go directly through the Planning and Development Department, and they would make sure that all the building codes, fire codes, any code that pertains to that project would be met.
So the Planning and Zoning Commission is not the same thing as the Planning Department.
That's correct.
That's a separate function of
Yes.
the city government.
Yes, Planning and Development Department has city staff, and all the applications come through that department, and city staff prepares the staff reports and all the appropriate attachments that go along with that, so that the Planning and Zoning Commission has the information they need to make a sound decision. And then they make themselves available, they present at the meeting, and the applicant's usually there, so any questions that the commission might have, they have the applicants there so they can ask.
Okay, so you interact with a lot of business owners, I think, right?
Sure.
When they're starting their projects. What kind of interaction do you have with the average citizen?
The average citizen, well, a lot, especially the special use permits and like home occupation applications, if that use is not allowed in that zoning district. If we have questions, we'll contact the Planning and Development Department if it's, before the meeting, if we have specific questions. And if they can't help us, normally we're able to ask the applicant when they come to the meeting, so that we have it all videoed, because the meetings are videoed just like the Board of Alderman meetings. Sometimes if there's just a specific question, they do give us their contact information. So we can reach out to them and ask, just to make sure that we have all the information we need before the meeting.
Okay. Now, the Board of Aldermen gets a lot of feedback from the citizens, and you know that because you are a part of that board as well. Does the Planning and Development Commission have that same kind of interaction with the general public, or are you guys primarily focused on specific issues?
The Planning and Zoning Commission does have a sign-up for their public hearings, public comments before the meeting starts. So the citizens can come in if they have an item that is not on the agenda and they have something specific they like to discuss that the Planning and Zoning Commission can address. They have that time. And then during the public hearing, when the agenda item comes up, the public does get the opportunity to speak. So it's similar to the Board of Aldermen, and just, pertaining to the items that are on the agenda.
Okay, very good. And so if someone is watching this video and they have a question about it and they want to get more involved or learn more about this process and what you do, how can they get in touch with you?
Okay. Well, any of the Planning Commission, their names are listed on our website under government and boards and committees and commissions, and just go to Planning Commission. It has the names. So if you want to speak with someone specific, in other words, I'm happy to discuss any, questions that the public may have. BransonMo.gov. The aldermen are all listed. Our emails are listed as well. I am Denham at BransonMo.gov, and I'm happy to answer any questions the public may have.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here with us, Ruth, and thank you for everything that you do for the city and for the citizens. We appreciate that a lot.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
All right. Thank you guys for watching, and we encourage you to get involved and stay involved. Keep learning so that you can keep loving your community, because community starts with you.